the book of Psalms, chapter 40, starting at verse 1, and it reads, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And he have put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Giving all praises, glory, infinite honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. That is all praises, blessings, honors be to the Most High. His true name is YAHAWAH, and our Lord and Savior, the deliverer of the nation of Israel. His name is YAHAWASHI, that's whom the world ignorantly called Jesus. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Much respect to the brothers that teach, preach, and prophesy in the doctrine of Yahawah Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, the bishops, and the apostles of the great millstone. That is where I learned this truth. So water Yahawah Bashim Yahushai for this truth. Lord's willing, this lesson will be edifying and you get something out of it. This is an article out of the Hal Turner radio show. And as we know, as we speak, Donald J. Trump is being sworn in again as the 47th president of the United States. And prior to him even being sworn in, he made a lot of claims and a lot of threats and uttered a lot of speeches, hard speeches to the people. To one, it is music to the ears. To the next, it is terror to the ears. Because this is all prophecy. You know, as he talked about in the book of, let's go there really quickly. It was even part of the lesson, but let's go there really quickly. The Spirit says to go there. This is the book of Sirach. Salakia. Yeah, the book of Sirach, chapter 10. And let's start at verse, here we go. Verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. And you see the cast, the casting crew that Donald J. Trump has appointed, from Vance right down to Musk, Holmgren. The list goes on and on. You see, as the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So you see, even the guy who's I can't think of his name, was Seth Hagarth. If you just go online and just look at his he's being grilled by the Senate. This man has some vile behavior. Like, man, it says an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And we know America is full of what? All types of groups. We're just gonna call it groups for now. All types of paramilitary, all types of UN troops, all different types of so on and so forth. But this is all prophecy, because it says Babylon have been a golden cup, therefore the nation in the Lord's hand, therefore the nations are mad, right? So it says an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. You see, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahawah Bashim Yahushai, and in due time he will set one over it, one that is profitable. You see, because right now the unwise king is destroying the earth. And this is all prophecy. So let's get into this article here and bring out a few precepts, and then we'll close it out. It says, this is the narrative of this guy here, Hal Turner. It says, Trump did it again last night. Nisam Dorma. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Nisam Dorma. It says, I have a feeling the incumbent President Trump sent a message again to those who did him so much harm. I think the message is he is going to delete them, all of them. Once again, this is Hal Turner's commentary, and that's his opinion. It says, at the fireworks display last night at the Trump National Golf Course in Washington, D.C., he had them play Nisam Dorma. We'll get there in a second. Nisam Dorma. Remember that. The last time he did that was in the closing ceremony of the Republican National Convention. At that time, I did a story about him having that particular song played here. I pointed out that this is the same song used in the Hollywood blockbuster movie, The Sum of All Fears, starring Ben Affleck. During that song, all the traitors and deep state actors who caused all the trouble between USA and Russia were deleted. Here's the scene from that movie, and I'm not gonna play it, but the movie is called The Sum of All Fears, 2002 movie, so you can watch it at your own time. If I don't want to play this here because it would definitely probably get a copyright, so just leave it at that. It says, the first guy who found the nuclear bomb and gave it to the T groups to blow up a football stadium in Baltimore. In the movie, while the US president was in that stadium, got his throat slit. It says the second guy was the Russian general who lied to his aerospace pilots, telling them that Moscow had just been nuked and sending them out to hit a US aircraft carrier. He got chased into the woods by FSB. That's I think that's the Russian military group, I believe it is. It says and shot DEAD. The third guy who financed it all got blown up in his car. All the bad guys in the movie got what they deserve. Now I realize that my assessment about Trump having played that at the end of the Republican National Convention was signal that he intends to go after all the people who hurt him. Was complete total conjure on my part. I express my own personal belief. This is Hal Turner once again. I express my own personal belief as the meaning of the song Nissan Dorma played at the end of the Republican Party. So now I'm gonna go. Let me see, because this is his sole opinion. So he says, you know what? Let's go to that song. It says, he says, I think. Let me jump here. I think this is and solely my personal opinion. He's telling them he's gonna delete them, all of them, once he's president. Here is the closing of last night's fireworks display. It says, listen to the song play Nissan Dorma. So I'm not gonna play that song because once again, might get a strike on that. But what I did was I searched the lyrics of Nissan Dorma. So this is it's by Giacomo Puccini. So the lyrics are translated into English as well, right? So it says, I'm going to read the English part. Nobody sleeps, nobody sleeps. You too, O princess, in your cold room, look at the stars who tremble with love and of hope. But by mystery is closed within me. No one will know my name. Ninth, in your mouth I will say it. When the light shines, and my kiss will melt the silence that makes you mine. No one will know his name, and we must, alas, die, disappear, oh night. See, and we must, alas, die, And this is how they think, because they know that it says, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 8 and 9. It says, therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, because he's using all of these he speaks in a lot of cryptic code. He speaks in a lot of code to his people. He says, therefore he speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance which he punisheth pass him by. So this is what Hal Turner is signifying what he's done. You see, it says, for inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and he is of the ungodly. These people just use the Bible to swear into to appear to be the beacon of righteousness. But as the scripture saith in the book of Psalms, the Psalms 50, let's start verse 16. It says, "But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth?" See, because they use the Bible to pretend to be righteous people. Is a seeing, verse 17, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee." What do? They swear to affirm and uphold the law, blah blah blah. And when they were done, they put a hand on the Bible, and once they're done, that Bible goes into some garbage pile somewhere. "Seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, thou then consented with him, and has been partaker with adulterers." So all these people, like I just quoted, the guy who's coming in, Seth, the defense secretary, you know, the defense minister. It says, thou thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. See, this is what they do, right? So let's continue here, because let's go to Wisdom of Solomon verse 2, because this is how these people think. Let's start at verse Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and we're gonna pick it up at let's pick it up at verse 1. It says, "For the ungodly," and you know who the ungodly is? It's this, the ones that prosper in this life. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. For our life is short and tedious." Isn't that what the song just said? And in the death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. See, they don't believe in reincarnation. They don't believe in that. You see, this is how they think. They're very dangerous thinkers. You see, they don't acknowledge the miracles of the Most High. Speaking of Esau and the 2/3, they don't acknowledge that. You see, they are completely opposite to what is written in the Bible. Is that, let's continue. It says for we are born in all adventure, right? And we shall be hereafter as though we have never been. See, what does this say? YOLO, that YOLO mentality, right? It says, for the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. This is how they think. You can't make this stuff up. Which is being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes. And when the scripture says, why is ashes so earth and ashes so proud? Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. This is how they think, right? It says, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and shall overcome the heat. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. See, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. So they, once again, I said, they don't this is the mentality of them, saying it was their forefathers, so on and so forth. Let's go to it says, come, verse 6. It says, "Come on, therefore let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth." This is how they think, right? It says, "Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments." You could only imagine the who's who at this inauguration. I'm going to play a bit of this thing here. This is live. This is owned by C-SPAN, fair use, fair use, fair use. Contrary to 107 of the Copyright Act, allows for fair use for commentary, for criticism, edification, education, and scholarship purposes. Fair use, fair use. I'm going to play this. This is going on right now.
Take a look outside, everybody. You don't have to watch the news every day. You don't have to let them tell you what to think. Go outside and touch some grass. It'll be okay. Make your own decisions. That's important nowadays.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Members of the president's hopeful cabinet, once they get confirmation, making their way into the ceremony as well. Vivek Ramaswamy and others, including Kash Patel, coming in and getting their seats. Kevin Hassett there on the right of your screen to serve in matters of economics for the president, and Tulsi Gabbard as well, hoping to become the next director of national intelligence. Graham in Jersey City, New Jersey, Democrats line.
Hi, I want to wish everyone a happy MLK Day. I hope everyone's staying warm. A bit disappointed how the election turned out. I think it would have been great to see a female president inaugurated today. While I'm disappointed in the American people and their desire to see another 4 years of Trump, I'm a bit more disappointed in the selection committee for not picking Alabama for the college football playoff finals, and instead picking inferior teams like SMU and Indiana. Truly dark times in America.
Okay, Graham there. We got pictures of more of the president's hopeful cabinet.
He cut him off.
Heard John McCardle say that Marco Rubio expected a vote on his becoming Secretary of State expected today. Others to follow as well when the president hopefully will get members of his cabinet appointed by the Senate or confirmed by the Senate. Sonia in California, Independent Line. Hi.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to remind everyone how we spend our time, what we're watching on the television or what we're spending our money on is just as much of a message sender as any screaming can be. If corporations are going to be running us right now, we can choose to buy local, to pay attention to our local artists or our local farmer.
I'll pause that for a second. These are the people that are ruling over us, This is the book of Daniel 4, verse 17. It says, "This matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand that the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men." That's the key. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth him to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over the basis of men. These are the people that are ruling over us. As the scripture says, these are the ungodly who prosper in this life. These are the people who are ruling over us. And this is how they think. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, the verse 7 again. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 7. It says, "Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments." So this is like the who's who. You got all the top elites, across the world that are here. I don't know, obviously they were in and out the crowd somewhere, but you got the who's here. A lot of brass, a lot of Secret Service, DEA, FBI. There's Mike Pence. A lot of local, what do you call it? Local police, state police, National Guard, military. You got the who's who. So it says, "Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower by the spring pass us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they are withered." And this is what, as it says in the book of Psalms, the 37th chapter, "I've seen the wicked spreading their roots like a green bay tree." And a green bay tree is that back in the days when the ancient Romans used to put those laurels, it's like the wreath around their head. That's how they show their power, It says, "Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this." This is how the wicked think. I'll read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 9. "Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place." They always have their photos up. Look at the RFK Jr. They have all their photos up. They have their statues, their monuments. It says, "Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot in this." This is how the rich man think, because as it says in the book of, I'll come back here in a second, Psalms, the 10th chapter, it says, "Why standeth afar off, O Yahawah? Why hidest thou thyself in the time of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor." Salaki, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth." You see, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after YAHAWASHI. The Most High is not at all in his thoughts. You see, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. This is how these people think. Verse 6. He said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be an adversary, you know? This is how they think. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Starting tomorrow, Trump is going to order that he said he's going to start that mass deportation, starting to kick in those doors, remove people, break down families, you know? So a lot of people are not going to send their children to school tomorrow. A lot of people are not going to go to work. They're not going to go to the grocery stores. They're going to be hiding because this is what they're going to be doing. They're going to be in their thoughts where they are afraid, you know. And it just tells you that. Let's go to the book of there's a precept that I'm thinking of here, and this is just here we go. This is Proverbs 28 verse 12. When the righteous men do rejoice, there is a great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Oh, Barakata YAHAWASHI. Because I just said that, and that precept came to mind. Because a lot of these people, these you know, the Latinos for Trump, that's the main target. Jake, you know, the main ones from all them so-called Central American countries, they're going to be the biggest target. This is why it's called Jacob's trouble. So Trump said, as of tomorrow, he's gonna bring in a lot of them. Look all the elites: Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. There's the Clintons. Look, Bill Clinton. He looks haggard, boy. Damn, you know. So this is what is coming, because it says as of tomorrow, Trump is gonna order a lot of his people, ICE and all these different departments, to mass deportation. He said it's gonna be the biggest mass deportation in the history, you know. So it says once again, Proverbs 28 verse 12, when righteous men do rejoice, there is a great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Right? So those people are gone, you know. Look at this. Look at it, the Bush, you know. This is Bush Jr. These are all the aristocrats of America, the elites of America, you know. These people here, former presidents, you know. They have security for life, the Secret Service for life, you know. Look at this. Who's these? I don't know these folks. But yeah, you're talking about the elites of the elites. They're all here, you know. Let me play it for a second. Look who it is. There's the man that had America all excited the last few years.
For several former presidents walking into the rotunda. There's Barack Obama entering in now. You previously saw former President Bill Clinton and former First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton, and former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush.
There's Elon Musk.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please take your seats.
this is the book of Psalms 73. Let's start at verse 8. These are the wicked, you know. It says Psalm 73 verse 8. They are corrupt and they speak wickedly concerning oppression. These are the ones who's making all the people miserable, passing all these unrighteous laws and decrees, you know. Cory Brooker, all these things, all these people, this is the wicked. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, very proud, right? They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongues walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung up to them. And they say, how does Yahweh know? Is there knowledge with the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in this world, they increase in riches. Giving all praises, glory, infinite honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Hope that you've been edified. Till the next time I say, the water YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI for this truth. Shalom.
Emily Leviner, the Senate Secretary for the Minority, the Honorable Gary Myrick, the House of Representatives Chief Administrative Officer, the Honorable Catherine Spindor, and Mr. Bruce Fisher.